Oh, hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Insider. I'm working on some thoracic and pelvic dissociation. That's one of the topics of my talk. In fact, it's actually the main topic since I only have an hour to discuss thoracic rotation and improving thoracic rotation for golfers and pickleball players. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider. Welcome to our community. If you're brand new, if you've been a member, welcome back. I'm out in Arizona right now with Janice, and we're about to talk to a group of golfers tomorrow. And one of the keys to any rotation sport, whether you're throwing a ball, whether you're swinging a bat and or paddle if you play pickleball, like I do, not so well. But if you play pickleball, which is the fastest growing sport in America, and or you're a golfer, you must be able to create optimal thoracic rotation. We've discussed that, talked about it here on our Facebook Live posts. We've done lots of YouTube videos on it, so you can check it out at Integrative Movement Institute on YouTube. Subscribe, and you'll get access to all these videos. Now, one of the things that's most challenging as it relates to thoracic rotation is the ability to get the thorax and the thoracic spine to move independently or rotate independently of the pelvis. Now, one of the things we talk a lot about is initially we need to align the ribcage over top of the pelvis. So that way we can get optimal rotation and pressure regulation. However, pressure regulation and rotation. However, at some point when you're training elite golfers or pickleball players or any athlete, you need the ability to teach them or get them to rotate their thorax, their thoracic spine and rib cage independent of their pelvis so that they create this stretching of their oblique chains. It's the ability to stretch this oblique chain that actually differentiates the most elite golfers from the next level of golfers, those of us that are not elite, those of you that golf, that is. So it's the ability to dissociate so that you can wind up these myofascial chains and take advantage of that elastic potential that's stored within these myofascial chains. Now, one of the patterns that we teach our client, once we've taught them how to align and control the ribcage over top of their pelvis, we've taught them how to create that optimal movement of the thoracic-pelvic cylinder around the hip joint, and we've created more optimal mobility of their thorax so we can actually get this motion, is we do a half kneeling rotation against the wall. And we use the upper body to help drive thoracic rotation and drive this stretch. Let me demonstrate that. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit here so you can see me. So you take a yoga block and or half a foam roller. So what you want to do is, I'll back up here just a little bit, and what you want to do is anchor the lower body. So we're going to bring the right knee forward and put the yoga block against the wall. Now what I'm going to do is put my hands behind my head like this with the hands, the elbows facing forward. I'm going to maintain alignment of the thoracic-pelvic cylinder. What I want to do now is use this elbow here and ultimately the scapular stabilizers like mid-trap, low trap, the rhomboids to help drive thoracic rotation. So I'm going to breathe in. As I breathe out, I'm going to push this elbow and slide it along the wall. As I do that, I'm reaching the opposite elbow back. And again, if you do this right, you should feel a big stretch. Client should feel a big stretch across this anterior oblique chain. Because essentially what we're training here is the ability to get more pure thoracic rotation, upper spine rotation, as well as the ability to stretch those oblique chains. We're also teaching the individual to use those scapular stabilizers as trunk rotators because that's what they do. When we were crawling as children, we were developing the ability to use scapular stabilizers to help rotate the spine, and that's one of the things we've lost. Most of us have lost as adults because we don't train patterns like this. So again, stay long, stack that thoracic-pelvic cylinder, push that foam roller or yoga block into the wall. Gonna breathe in, elbow stays in contact with the wall, some isometric contraction there, and then use the elbow on the wall to help drive that thoracic rotation. And again, it's not about how far you take your client, it's not about how far you rotate, it's how pure can you create this motion. You should feel a good stretch through the anterior hip on the downside leg, and
really is a great way to train pure rotation, because essentially, if you think about golf, you're looking down at the ball as you're rotating the trunk and spine. So again, as I'm in this position, I'm also helping to dissociate the thoracic spine from the head and neck, which is another key piece of the golf swing, and allows an optimal backswing, which allows the optimal swing through that golf swing. Allows an optimal golf swing. So if you do this, if you check rotation before and after, you will notice a significant difference in rotation in your golf athletes. And that's one of the best patterns to help your golf athlete or any rotational athlete. And even if I just stand here and check my rotation now that I've just done that one side, if I just check my rotation, yeah, rotation to my right side is awesome. Now, rotation to the left side, not so great. So I want to do a set on the opposite side, because again, I was training with this rotation here. I was training the backswing if I'm a right-handed golfer, and then I also want to make sure I'm working on the follow-through, because that's ultimately where you need more rotation if you're a right-handed golfer. So I want to make sure that I'm training both sides of rotation. One of the best patterns you can do for golfers, remember, it's not about how far you rotate them and trying to push it, it's how well can you actively control it and use those scapular stabilizers, use those lengthen those oblique lines, keep that thoracic-pelvic cylinder aligned so that you create pure alignment of the head, neck, and thoracic-pelvic cylinder. You create pure rotation, and that gives your athlete a better opportunity to use rotation when they're in their golf game. And that's how you become that go-to specialist for your clients that love golf, even like it mildly, and or play other rotational sports. And again, this will also help your runners, because runners also need to be able to create this rotation to create more optimal efficiency when they're running. So this is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Insider. I hope you're having a great day, a great week. If you have any questions, put them next to this post, and we'll bring you more updates about training thoracic rotation, because again, this can make a big difference for so many clients that, number one, play recreational sports or want to play recreational sports, and even those clients that struggle with walking and running. Make it a great day. Be that leader that your current client needs and your potential clients are looking for. Make it a great day.